So right here I have the Vivo X300 FE. Now listen, if you are a fan of the Apple iPhone Air design, but you're not a fan of its compromised battery life and watered down cameras, well then I think you're going to appreciate this phone more than most, and you're about to see why. This is still brand new and sealed in the box. So we'll do a quick unboxing first. I'll show you guys what it comes with, and then we'll run through the design and the materials that Vivo have used here. Then we'll run through the key specs that you need to know. I have done my research on this device, and there's a few specs which I think might surprise you, especially considering that this is the FE. It's not the Pro, it's not the Ultra, it's 2 steps down from the top. But regardless of that, this phone is still a beast. And if you guys really want to know how good this Zeiss co-engineered camera system is, stick around, because I'm going to do a little bit of a blind camera comparison test between the iPhone 17 Pro Max and this Vivo X300 FE, because it will be interesting to know if this phone can defeat Apple's flagship phone, even though this is not Vivo's flagship. And don't forget to let me know in the comments how you scored it between these two phones. Anyway, let's get this out of the box now. Oh, and the first thing you should know about this phone is that all variants start with 12 gig RAM, which is kind of crazy. All right, let's get a look. First out of the box is the phone. We'll put that to one side. It looks like I've got the purple one. Next out of the box is another box, and it's quite heavy. Let's see what's in here. So we do get a charging brick, and this is an official Vivo flash charging brick, and it supports 90-watt fast charging, which is convenient because that is the peak speed that this phone charges at. Let's see what else is in here. We do have the USB-A to USB-C charging cable, which I would assume supports that full 90-watt charging speed. Next out of the box is in fact another box, and this one will likely have all of the paperwork. Oh, check this out. Vivo very kindly provide a color-matched case for the phone, and this will give you a good idea of what the camera module is all about. And it is of course one of those flexible silicone ones. It does actually protect the buttons on the side, which is nice. This will give you adequate protection for your phone, and it's even got a bit of Vivo branding on the back as well, so that's nice that they've carried that over. And of course you get the standard paperwork and booklets. All right, now let's get a look at this for the first time. I'm just going to slide it out here. No need to ruin the paperwork. And I think now you notice why I said if you're a fan of the Apple iPhone Air, you'll be a fan of this. It's because, yes, it does have a very similar design with that camera module, although this one's slightly wider and a bit heavier. Something else that separates this phone from the iPhone Air is this, the pre-installed screen protector. I've taken it off just for this video. Normally I'd leave that on there. Of course, you want to protect the glass. So when it comes to color options, there's a purple, which is this one, the green, and there's also a white. And in some countries, you might even have a few more options, which include a noir black and also an olive variant. The back of the phone is glass, and they call it a metallic sand AG glass. The frame all the way around this phone is metal, and the buttons on the side are also metal. And you'll notice around the top here, there is an IR blaster as well as your usual mic and speaker grill. On the base, you've got the SIM tray, another speaker grill, and the USB-C charging port. This USB-C port doesn't support displays, but with the other more expensive versions of this, that will be possible. But to be honest, if that's something you're never going to do, well, then that won't be that important to you. And I think the most important thing is that this port does support that 90-watt fast charging, which is pretty much double what you get on an iPhone. And something I really like about this is how they've managed to curve the glass upwards to meet this metal that's on top of the camera module. And also see that Zeiss logo, that's actually beneath a piece of glass itself underneath the surface, so it's not printed on there. And I don't know if you're going to see this on the camera, but it's kind of got a chamfered edge all the way around and on the insides of the camera rings, and it almost kind of sparkles when the light hits it. It's really, really nice. More on the camera specs in a minute, but something you need to know about this design straight away is that it is IP68 and IP69 rated, which means it's water and dust proof, and it weighs just 191 grams, with the white version of this weighing just 2 grams more. The thickness here is around 8 mil, so it's a bit thicker than the iPhone Air, which I believe is a fair compromise because this phone has a silicon carbon 6500 milliamp hour battery, and this is actually a 4th generation of the battery, and Vivo have fitted this phone with an intelligent energy efficiency engine to maximize the density and the lifespan of this battery. But this phone also has a wireless charging coil that allows it to charge at 40 watts wirelessly. Before we move on to the display, let's see how this case looks on this phone. So this is nicely designed. It actually raises up above the camera module. So when you put this face down on the table, the lenses aren't going to touch that table at all, and that metal is not going to get scuffed either. And even if you decide not to use the case with this phone, it does have an SGS 5-star rating for drop resistance. So that sounds good. And to be honest, this phone looks so nice. I really don't want to test that out right now, so you'll have to take Vivo's word for it. So let's talk about the display. It's a 6.31 inch Zeiss Master Color display. So Zeiss have had an input not just in the cameras, but also on the color grading of the screen. It is of course an AMOLED, it's 1.5K resolution with a pixel density of 460 pixels per inch. And this is an LTPO display that can scale from 1 Hz all the way up to 120 when needed, for example, when you're gaming and things like that. And it is extremely bright and can reach up to 5,000 nits in a small window, of course. And those right there are some impressive specs when it comes to displays. It also supports 2160 PWM dimming, which is anti-flicker technology. And this display also has SGS low blue light certification, which is important if you care about your eyesight. And you'll notice the bezels are very thin all the way around. Now, something I'm really happy to see on this device is an ultrasonic 3D fingerprint reader in display. These are much more secure and faster than a lot of the optical ones out there. And the placement of it is also really nice. It's exactly where your thumb would go when you hold your phone securely. Okay, let's talk about the cameras real quick. And something you should know is that this phone has a trick up its sleeve that a lot of phones don't have. Anyway, first of all, we have a 50 megapixel Zeiss super telephoto camera using a Sony IMX888 sensor with an f2.57 aperture. The primary camera is of course also Zeiss certified, and it's another 50 megapixel sensor. It's a Sony IMX921. The optics here are a bit better as well. It's got an f1.88 aperture. Now the ultra wide camera, which is the small one you see here, is where Vivo have saved some money when it comes to this particular camera setup. They're using an OmniVision sensor. It's called the 08D10, I believe, and it's 8 megapixels aperture f2.2. It's going to be good enough for some group photos, but the stars of the show here are definitely the 50 megapixel telephoto and the 50 megapixel primary camera, but it's also got a 50 megapixel Zeiss certified in-display selfie camera, which is very impressive. And even more impressive is the fact that it's using a JN1 Samsung sensor, which I believe is the same sensor some phones in the mid-range were using on the back of their devices not too long ago. Now, when it comes to the camera system itself, Vivo have kind of been leading the way with this for a long time. You start to see other brands integrate some of the stuff that Vivo have been doing for years. And when you scroll all the way across to more, you get a good idea of some of the standout features that this phone has straight out of the box when it comes to camera. Now, that trick that this phone has up its sleeve, if you wanted to, you could get the 200mm Zeiss teleconverter lens to fit to this phone for those super long range shots. There are very few phones that have this kind of compatibility, but this is one of them, and the X300 Ultra is another, and I will be checking that out on the channel as well. So make sure you're subscribed with your notifications on for when that video goes live, if you're interested, that is. In regards to video, you can shoot up to 8K 30 frames per second on this device. And within the camera UI, you can of course find these Zeiss color modes, which have been custom created for these Vivo phones. Now, before we get onto that blind camera comparison between this and the iPhone, let's run through some of the chips inside this phone. So this isn't the flagship phone, but the chipset here is very close to top tier flagship level. It's the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. So it's not the Elite Gen 5, it's the 8 Gen 5. Slightly lower clock speed at 3.8 gigahertz, which to be honest is still going to be very much overkill for most people. It is running on Origin OS 6. And if you want to know what this operating system is all about, I have made a tips and tricks guide all about that. Also, what you need to know is you get 512 gig storage, and you can also get less, 256 and 12 gig RAM as standard, and you can extend the RAM using some of the ROM and double it up if you want. So it's got some serious firepower, and to keep it cool, they have managed to increase the size of the vapor cooling chamber inside this device. And this particular phone will be running on Android 16 straight out of the box, and Vivo do promise 5 years of operating system updates and 7 years of security patches. So they've really stepped it up in this department, and it does mean you could be rocking this phone in 2032 and still be safe and secure with those security patches. And you'll also be running Android 21. And when it comes to connectivity, because it is a newer chipset, of course you get Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4. And yes, before you ask, this does support eSIM, it does have a dual SIM tray, and it does have NFC. Okay, now it's the moment you've been waiting for, the blind camera comparison test between these two phones. And don't forget to let me know at the end of this test which phone you picked more often than not. How did that go in your eyes? Let me know in the comments. And this wraps up this first look at the Vivo X300 FE, which I'm assuming stands for Fan Edition. And you know what I'm a fan of? People who hit the subscribe button, which is hopefully you. So I appreciate you guys for watching this one. If you just subscribed, I'll see you in the next one. Don't be late.